Hello guys and welcome back to Tyranny. This is a completely separate recording. Unfortunately, I think it's this particle effect which is happening caused some recording issues. I'm not sure exactly if it's like my processor got overloaded or something. Either way, something messed with the recording. And everything got out of sync. I tried to see if I could repair it. I could not. However, luckily this game does make a lot of saves, so I was able to go back to right before, I entered this door, because I made a quick save there. So that part is good. However, I did play for another 40 or so minutes. But actually, of actual stuff that I managed to do was pretty much just in this room. After that, I just looked at some inventory stuff and some Spire stuff. So, all in all, not the worst outcome, but having to go through this again doesn't feel good. So I'll just do my best. Because also, yeah, there's story implications, of course. So there's that. But we'll do what we can, right? Also, I disabled the, I'm actually going to put it back to fast mode. But I disabled the helmet on Lantry and us. Because I think it looks better for once. The helmet is a little silly. Alright, so let's go through the dialogue again. Regent. Jagged Remedy tips his head to Stratus. I'm going to make this very simple for both of us. You can join us in the Scarlet Chorus and create a prosperous future in the Tears, or, well, there isn't a second option. See how easy it can be? Try not to complicate matters by thinking about it for too long. Persuasive as ever, the Chorus tries to make these difficult decisions as easy as possible. My elite soldiers, absorbed into the voices of Nerat's slave army? He chuckles, but there's a lining of unease to it. The Scarlet Chorus will never control Sentinel Stand. This is the House of Regents, not the squatting den of your verminous gangs. The gang edges closer to Herodin. We don't have to kill each other, Regent. The voice of Nerat has a number of offers on the table, and many of them end with you enjoying a long life, or some semblance of life. I came here to kill the Regent, not to conscript him. Matthias growls and looks at Jagged Remedy. You lied to me. I did no such thing. The voices needs the idiot to stand a while longer. Your revenge can wait until our war with the disfavored is finished. The Regent holds his weapon firm, but Jagged Remedy's words leave him troubled. Stay back, I tell you. The voices will have to seek his amusement elsewhere. I refuse to become a servant of Kairos. And haven't you served Kairos by keeping this edict alive, Regent? Remedy laughs quietly to himself. As much I would take pleasure in killing you, please remember that I'm here to offer you alternatives. Last chance, Stratus. Surrender Amelia, and we might show mercy. He trades a glance with the soldiers and nods, full of determination. I would not subject my worst enemy to the mercy you offer. None of us will come quietly. This is my seat of power, and I will not hand it over to the likes of upstart brigands. You understand nothing of power, Regent. These stones belong to those with the strength to keep them. Right now, that isn't you. Remember, we want them alive. Alright, so... yeah, let's buff her, because she'll just dive in first.
Heads up.
I just keep looking at my recording. It's like, yeah, still 60 FPS. Great. It's very nerve-wracking, I must say. Alright, so Well, I think what we want to do is we want to go stand... I remember the pathing in this room being absolutely atrocious. There's no need for you to cast that there. You may, however, just... I love these, all of the AoE or cone abilities now. They're so powerful. I guess I'll spike the weaker ones first. Seems that the Jagged Remedy can hold him a little bit at least. I'm not sure you actually need to cast Path of Frost there. I love Fulmination's range, it's fantastic. The stun effect is just so great. I think this one will just die from auto attacks. Or actually just his thrown weapon, that will also do. Alright, so I guess we can just buff because we can.
This is useless. I should
Yeah, it is useless.
try something else.
Because you're not supposed to be using thrown weapons, you're supposed to be casting, remember? I guess throw some fire anyway. Well, he's on surrendered state, so I guess we're good. Yep. The regent lies on the ground, bloodied and defeated. He extends his good arm and drops his weapon. If only I had the breath to spend defying you, but I fear the fight has left me. Stratus, I'm not above dragging you mangled and shrieking back to cacophony. If you think this is finished, you quite mistake the matter. You filth! Matthias grimaces at Stratus. Don't expect sympathy after what you've done. It wasn't enough to keep the edict alive. You fought us to protect it. Stalwart is finished with your miserable reign and will be stronger without you. One of Stratus' soldiers moves between you and Harridan, tearing off her helmet. I won't let you do this. From the intensity of her gaze to her square jaw, you know this woman hails from the noble bloodlines of the north. Her unbroken raiment throws you for a loop, until you recognize her for who she is. Graven Ash's daughter, Amelia. Surprise! So what's the meaning of this? Or give us an explanation. And some of us could use a stiff drink. But you don't see me breaking into your home and slaughtering my way to the decanter, do you? She shakes her head. Provisions without end in the cellar, but nothing to distill. Why do I get the impression that more than just the tears have rubbed off on this one? I'm not the northern warlord I once was. She winces at the very thought. Sitting out the conflict made me see this conquest from a different perspective. She looks to you with a plea in her eyes. We were wrong. Kairos led us from the right path centuries ago. We marched south to finish the Overlord's work, but... She squeezes her eyes shut. Don't you see that the tears are the last chance for us to make this right? You took your sweet time coming to your senses. The Unbroken could have used a sympathetic defector, but that dream is all but shattered now. I should kill you for fighting with the Regent, but the Scarlet Chorus has other plans. You were a prisoner. What happened? This is no time for a story. Not while we have our blades pointed at each other. If any of us survives this, which I suspect isn't likely, I'll tell you everything. But right now, you need to stand down and back away from the Regent. Well, the Regent is beaten, the keep is ours. Will you cooperate? Never. I know what atrocities you and the rest of Tunan's ilk are capable of visiting upon us. I know what my father does to traitors and deserters. My father, her voice catches, and it takes a moment to find her words. I love my father, but it's nothing compared to the love I felt for the father of... Amelia, please be silent. Stratus looks to her with desperation. It's over, you understand? I'm dying. Save your strength for more important things. He turns to you with a look of apprehension. Your master didn't send you to resolve the edict, yet I lie stricken before you. Whatever strength I possess, I will use it to stop you from taking Amelia or my people. They deserve more than I could ever give them, and better than what dark fate the Voices promises. Alright, so there is a choice which can be made very soon, which has already been hinted at, which I'm pretty sure that the game should allow me to make a choice which I wanted to make, which it simply didn't give me the option for. Probably because I chose one of the dialogue options which didn't allow that anymore. So I'm gonna do my best to actually get that, because ultimately that is what I wanted. But I don't know which path leads me there. So I think last time I picked the... too bad my orders didn't specify mercy. And I think that's still right. Before you can take action, you catch Amelia begin to raise her weapon from the corner of your eye. Amelia, stop! You have to keep your promise, remember? The focused, determined air about Amelia falls to resignation. She delivers a curt nod and leaves the room, darting you a killing look on her way out. Amelia disappears into another room, unwilling to watch what you're about to unfold. I can just tell that this one isn't going to come peacefully. Judging from blood loss alone, he won't survive being carried out of this fortress. The Voices will be disappointed, but it couldn't be avoided. Should we offer Brownbottom here the honor of dispatching the last regent? It looks to me as if he's champing at the bit for the opportunity. I think that's fair. Yes, Matthias, take the vengeance you were denied. Kill the regent. I think it's only fair. Matthias steps forward and buries his axe in the regent's chest. Stratus collapses instantly, a final gasp escaping his lips. Stratus's body falls to the ground, and you watch the blood pool onto the floor in silence. There's a feeling of anticipation in the air, but as the seconds pass, it never materializes into anything. The surge of arcane energy and sense of relief you experienced in Ascension Hall is missing. You hear the howl of the storm outside and realize that the edict endures. Curious. I understood that the Edict of Storms would abate when the last of the regents died. He glances your way. Could we have been mistaken? From across the hall, you hear a faint cry, a baby's cry, and a realization dawns on you.
As you command.
Alright, so here is where the choice is. What I wanted to do is basically end the edict. I know it's against the Voice's wishes, but I think it's better to stop all these edicts. Because the area will be better for it, right? But last time I did not get that option. So I'm gonna try my best to go through this dialogue in the way where I can achieve that. Blocking the doorway, Amelia regards you with eyes that brim with tears, yet blaze with hints of her father's grim resolve. She has armored herself in disfavored raiment to face you down. Your daughter is the regent heir? Now that you've killed Straiten's Harridan, she is. She has nothing to do with Kairos or the edict. You have no right to judge her on the basis of blood. Did you know this would prolong the edict? We suspected that the bloodline would implicate my baby in Kairos' eyes, but I knew nothing for certain until this moment. Don't ask me to interpret the Overlord's heartless design. I have no love for this edict, if that's what you're asking. It's torn a noble realm to pieces, fractured the pillar of their culture, and ruined countless lives. But I have a responsibility to the people of Stalwart to preserve their heritage and leadership. My father and the other Archons destroyed this nation. She and I, we can help put it back together. Well, how is this possible? I guess it's the only one we have to. What a curious development this has become, yes. Your aspirations are folly, of course, but there may be an alternate solution. Do you need me to draw it out for you? Because there are a few ways it can happen, and people get confused about these things. First lift her leg above her head before you cut her off with a gesture. My union with Stratus the Younger. Even in remembrance, Amelia doesn't shed her warlike resolve. He showed me kindness behind these walls and taught me about Stalwart and the Tears, the culture and heritage that made these people the pride of the realm. He died in the 3rd year of the conquest. A disfavored spear pinned him to the ground he fought to defend, and he never rose again. The regent remained in Sentinel stand for her protection. The edict was his responsibility to shoulder, not hers. My daughter will not be another victim of Kairos' conquest. She has the blood of the North coursing through her veins, and no one has the right to take her life. Well, but she must understand that, you're making everybody suffer for the life of your kid. And you want this kid to lead the country even though everybody's suffering because of it. It does not make a lot of sense to me. I mean, of course, personally, it would absolutely devastate you, but she must know this. Last time I picked this. Don't make this difficult. I'm not sure if this is the choice. They both seem to say the same thing. There's no need for bloodshed. The voice of Nerat offers you his hospitality. I see this as an opportunity in disguise. Ash will never take Amelia back or recognize his granddaughter. We don't even want the edict dispelled. Ash and his voices are weakened in their own territory. He passes you a knowing look. Amelia, it would be my honor to invite you to the care of the Scarlet Chorus. Asylum, if you will. The voice of Nerat would be more than happy to ensure your child's safety. Do you think me a simpleton? I know that the Voices is a monster, a void of lies and empty promises that somehow assumed form, and yet... Okay, these seem to be a little different. Can you guarantee my daughter's safety? I'm not looking for your law speech or some practiced declaration of your honor. Just tell it to me straight. So, lie? Do we just straight up lie to her? Let's lie. Let's pretend and disarm her. She studies you for a moment, and some of the tension leaves her shoulders. Very well, there's an honest air about you, and I suppose there would be if you worked with the Voices. That doesn't make much sense, but okay. But I haven't anybody else in the world to trust, do I? Okay. So Amelia walks to the nearby crib and gently lifts her daughter, cradling her close. Jacob Remedy helpfully gestures towards the door, ushering her out. I'd call this our best change of fortune since the war began. Not only do we possess the key to the Edict of Storms, but Graven Ash and any loyalists to the fallen regions will think twice before launching an attack at Cacophony. A fair day's work. But this is still not the outcome I wanted. Oh dear. To have this victory at Ash's very doorstep, I'll remain here and send word of your success to the Archon. This is not the fate I envisioned for my country, but with Stratus gone, there's hope. I suppose there's hope. I'll report to the Voices. As sickening as I find the idea, I suppose I'm his now. Well, again...
I'll take a look. How hard could it be?
Not the outcome I wanted. Ugh, that's just... Well, I guess we played more towards the voices' wishes. So, a faithful promise. Let's take that shield. I think it was a pretty good one. Yeah, it's a bit slower, but it's a lot better. Let's compare it to his. It's a lot slower than his, but I think that's ultimately okay. He has a lot of gems. We should just move those over. Potion of Heroes seems pretty powerful though. Alright, so I think that's everything here pretty much. Okay, well, that's us. Not in the way I wanted, for the second time. I must say that is actually rather frustrating. The keep will be shipshape once it's had some work done. You should check with the Voices of Nereid. I'll stay behind and see after the repairs and Sentinel stand. I'm just not sure how I should have done... yeah, how I should have... what choices I should have made. I'm also thinking... well, I have 4 there, that's okay. I think I need a 4th here for some more research I want to probably start. Use of magic staff... well... I guess let's hire that one. Also, I actually checked the skill trainer system, which I just haven't done yet. It's just basically an NPC that you can just talk to, and for like 50 copper, you can train 1 level, and for very low, otherwise it becomes more. But you can just straight up train your skills, which is very powerful, of course, and it actually gives you actual levels. So you could actually just buy some levels on a character, which is interesting, I think. Let's quickly walk out. I'm still not happy with the outcome of that entire scenario. Doesn't feel good. Very frustrating, I must say. Because ending the edict clearly would have been better, right? Not sure what that icon is on the map there. Alright, so we can quickly go to our spire. See if there's anything new there. Because we have to go to this one anyway. So the last time the rest of the time after this, I had a different outcome where I ended up killing her. Killing Amelia. But then I couldn't also kill the baby. Like we just left the baby there.
Apologies, but I can't do that.
Which also wasn't fantastic. Also, I did not get a missive from Rogalus last time. So this is... so this is Rogalus from the Tunon faction, Myothis. Yeah, okay, this one I did get, but I did not get the Rogalus one. Interesting. to see these differences. Okay, well, I have a lot of reading to do, so I'm going to go get started with that. Let me sit up straight first, because there's no responding to this. Archon Eterna, allow me to address you by such a title before it becomes fashionable to do so. I pride myself as a woman who stays ahead of the trends. Why Kairos smites some but allows others to exist is a question we all ponder. The Overlord can certainly appear arbitrary, and if I've learned anything, that's the point. Kairos is intentionally aloof and distant, both for matters of personal security and because if you had to wrangle the most powerful entities of Terratus, you'd need to keep them from getting too comfortable. To me, the most obvious answer is that Kairos knows exactly what you're doing. She probably approves of your actions, is likely working at every opportunity to create a situation wherein you are acting in your own self-interest while satisfying her ambitions as well. You have to consider one important detail. There's nowhere left in Terratus to conquer now that the tiers are in the Overlord's grasp. What would the great generals even do in a time of peace? The voices of Nerad is barely tolerable when you have need of a spy master. Why keep around such a monster when you no longer have need of such a gruesome weapon? I would argue it is in Kairos' interest that the tiers be a costly invasion that claims the lives of as many of the Archons as possible. Not enough meat on the tiers to keep too many sharks sated very long. Kairos ordered everyone to take Ascension Hall or die. The or die must have been an acceptable option, correct? If I had to hazard a guess, I'd say you have the unspoken backing of the Overlord. It's not like Blenheim Mark can't find you whenever he wants. Alright, so this one is new to me as well. Dear Fatebinder Eterna, your action at Sentinel Stand have once again supplied the rumor mongers of the bastard city with stories to peddle. Some seem to think that your cunning twist of legalese intended to display some great support for the people of Stalwart. That, of course, only leads to speculation about which people of Stalwart you intended to benefit. The unbridled upstarts or the corrupt old queens. Others foolishly believe you unraveled the Overlord's edict to prove that you could. Did I unravel it though? As if a sliver of cleverness could bring Kairos low. As a scholar, I prefer primary sources to gossip, so allow me to ask you plainly, why did you choose to spare the child? I didn't want to. What's the answer for that? Political. The blood of Graven Ash, Archon of War, flows through the child's veins. It should take no scholar of history or governments to recognize the potential in protecting it. The Archon appreciates family above all else. Why should I deprive him of a grandchild born of the ruling family of Stalwart if I could do so without shirking my duty to the Overlord? Yeah, okay, that's... Sure, that's totally what I was thinking. Alright. Yes. So we got some more iron and some bronze. Very good. We also can do some upgrading, which I was actually looking at for once. I think I upgraded Dauntless, which I don't think I actually have the money for yet. But Dauntless only goes up to 12 DPS, I think. It doesn't go much higher than that, which makes it not necessarily fantastic. Because, for example, this one will go up to 12.5 as well. But this one, if I upgrade it, it goes to 15. So it just becomes really strong. So, for now, I think what I want to do is what I did last time, which is actually sell a lot of the old equipment that we have. Just sell all of the low value items, which should be the least interesting ones, because we've gotten so many at this point. It's difficult to even keep track of them at this point, at least to me. Yeah, there are some interesting ones with interesting stat effects, but all of these are also just good, Stalwart Bronze Sword. It's just your normal sword. It's just got a color because it's a high quality common weapon. So, Let's do that same thing here. And then you can actually see that we actually have a lot of money once we actually do all of this selling. The scavenger mask, yeah, it's actually pretty good, but I mean, the Magebane helm is also really good. But I think all of this heavy armor we can sell. Sigil of Taratus, well, we don't use Control Gravelight. Heavy armor, heavy armor, heavy armor. Okay. I think we actually can sell some of these as well. Iron Axe. What's this? Glory. 6 DPS. Not worth it. Rogue's Leathers. Well, it doesn't beat the damage, right? Not sure I want to sell Dauntless, because Dauntless is still a good weapon. So for now, what I will do is I will just upgrade the things I know for sure I want to keep using, which is Tempest, because Tempest is pretty great. And now I remember that I wanted 6 recruits here to do that, to upgrade that kind of weapon. So the Ocean Spire, we have the Forge, so I will get a merchant specializes in armor, doesn't really matter for me. Control Fire Trainer, I guess. But then we might as well do this. So basically the difference seems to be some of these can train up to like skill level 75, and I think a Master Trainer can go up to level 150. Which, I guess let's do that. And then let's get Control Vigor. Let's do Control Vigor for Laundry. So I guess let's very quickly go over to the other spire. And next time we go here, the new trainer should be there and we should be able to upgrade our weapons. And very quickly talk to Kendrick. Yeah, you have a average shield. It's very helpful. I don't think there was really anything else here. What was on the Sunspot? I just wonder what was here. A couple of scrolls should be ready, right? Sage Garrus. What's the status of research? A couple of scrolls. Okay. Were you researching? Yes, still researching. It takes a long time. 2-3 days. Yeah, it takes a really long time. Let's see. Because I don't think these really had anything fantastic. Though of course they have the scrolls. Let's see. Limitless boundaries. Doesn't say here if I already have them, right? So I have none of these. Good. Increase the number of projectiles of a chaotic descent spell. What's a chaotic descent? There's so many names, so many verbiages to these. Adds a marked affliction to a spell. Well, adding a marked affliction, I think it makes them more vulnerable to others, which actually seems pretty good. A material force or guarded form spell. I don't know what those are. Strength. Greater Sigil of Strength. Well, that seems to be good. Increases the accuracy of a spell. Greatly increases the area of a spell. Or armor penetrating. I think those are going to be good ones. For the range. The range is actually very good for all of these cone abilities. I think that's more range rather than... Yeah, let's go for that. Alright, let's learn. Piercing strength number 3. Sheer strength. Sigil strength 3. Alright. Sigil of marking. So sigil of strength 3, you just get straight up strength 3. So we have 1 and 3. Okay. So I guess strength 2 is 30 lore. Okay, well, good to know. Grasp number 3. We have piercing strength 3. It's again a little strange how that is the case. Adding a marked affliction. Yeah, might be good, but I recently redid ours and I'm okay with them for now. For now, I just want to go down to the Ocean Spire and upgrade our weapons. Then I'll be happy again. Because being able to upgrade several of those weapons does seem pretty good. So I'm going to quick save right here. Thank you. So what I want to do is, no matter what, I want to upgrade Tempest. And then you can't upgrade it anymore. Because this is a great weapon either way. So for her, I want to upgrade this to 15 DPS because that is just very high. And this one will just literally go from Exquisite to Masterwork, which is the most. So it will go up to 12 DPS. Or this one goes up to 12. But this one has, you know, a staggering and potency for more strength on it. So I think that might still be better. So I'm just going to do that. She just has maces which hit really hard. Last time I think I also looked at this and we don't have enough hide. I have no hide income. I have nothing that generates hide. And you get 1% deflection. It doesn't seem that great to upgrade that. Like here it's, yeah, again, 1% deflection. It's not fantastic. Okay, here the Striker's Cowl at least gives 1 accuracy as well, but it's still very... It's just not great. Okay, so these are upgraded. Let's quick save that. And let's make our way over to Cacophony, which is going to be new to me. Let's see what happens. If we get ambushed on the way, or... But it really does give you the idea that we're going to be facing Bled and Mark real soon, right? Research Sigil Scroll completed. Excellent. And we can't decide what to do next. So yeah, new items. And some more missives. Stilling the Storm. I suspected that your cleverness did not end at the use of local customs of abdication. You make no mistake in your estimate of a child's probable import of the Archon of War. Its continued existence illuminates a gap in his armor, regardless of whether he cherishes the child or resents it. I would warn you to play such games carefully, but you seem to have your eye on the board. Yeah, well, not quite, not quite. So what was this ability that we now have? A passive, 1 per encounter, shield for 40 damage. Okay. Probably will forget that I have that, realistically. Let's quick save again. And quickly walk over. Hello, voices. The voices regards you with an unreadable expression. Maybe we should kill them all and start again. That would be a delight. Ha! We can always dispatch our howling mob when Ash and his ironclads are a stain on this country. Fatebinder, always a pleasure. What do you need to know? We're dizzy with answers. What do I need to know? Well, ready to report, I guess? Though I assume the others have gotten here first. Ah, Fatebinder, our spies report that you performed well in Bladegrave. Amelia is safe in our keeping and the Edict of Storms rages in glorious perpetuity, grinding Stalwart to a nub. You delivered also Matthias, the Unbroken Leader, a most fortunate prize to fall in our hands. He has already taught us much about his people, and will teach us more still. But our war is not yet complete. There's something else that may yet prove vital. Tell me about Matthias. Be okay to him, he's done well. Unbroken Captain, yes, only an individual of surprising will and tenacity could survive the rigors of the Bladegrave so long without falling into our hands. What would you know of him? I see he's been put on a spike. Yes, after we shared a lengthy discussion about the politics of Old Stalwart, the tenacious captain thought himself beyond this station as a guest of cacophony. Simple disagreement followed. We took it upon ourselves to interrogate the good captain and in time mutually agreed to part ways. We chose life, and you see the captain before you. You've done this before, yeah. Ridiculous, Fatebinder. If we spiked every prisoner to our heart's content, the ranks of our mighty army would be exhausted to the last man before the next full moon. The good captain gave much of himself before the end. His sacrifice was not in vain. Even if we don't have his rallying call, we have learned enough about the Unbroken to break them into the fold. Through the powers you can't begin to understand, the voices steals the minds and knowledge. Yeah. Did he give so much that it hurt to take his mind? You're very forward with your questioning, more brazen, more foolhardy than the young officer we met during the conquest. No need to get excited. The good captain was merely receptive to our interrogation techniques. We teach our pain artisans to extract information, but that is only the base function of torture. A true interrogation is the surrender of the self. Truth are but the first stage. By the end, the subject should not know themselves from their torturer, and the same goes both ways. The shared experience transcends pleasure, pain, or thought. The good captain learned to give off himself, and we accepted him with gratitude. Pity is not his staked form, but that is an empty vessel, no more worth your concern than a discarded sheath. I think just staring. The time has come to handle matters in our home region. As you have no doubt noticed, the Edict of Stone has wreaked havoc on these once fertile lands. Our Scarlet Chorus recruits return from the war hungry for provisions, but we have none to offer while the lands are thus blighted. The Archon Cairn lies in the Stone Sea, clinging to life with both of his petrified claws. If we would simply allow death to take him, the edict would be resolved and our troubles at an end. Kill the incompetent fossil however you can. He's flanked by adoring Earthshaker mages, but they should prove no challenge to the likes of you. Halfgate. Find our agent, Misery, in the ruined city of Halfgate. She'll instruct you further. So tell me about the Edict of Stone. Kairos brought down the edict to execute the rebellious, misguided Archon. It would seem Cairn is just tough enough to endure the torment of the edict, but only barely, and while the Archon persists in surviving, the edict ruins the land. Stal is the hill, Cairn is the Archon of Stone, master of earth and soil, destroyer of mountains and cities. Cairn is the reluctant leader of the Earthshaker Guild, though he is less their teacher and more their object of study. The massive Archon is sworn to Graven Ash and provides arcane support to the disfavored war effort. Okay, I'll head to the Stone Sea. Yeah, don't forget to bring a souvenir. Fatebinder, help me. Chrysantia. You can't let them torture me. Please, do something. So you're just disfavored, right? What crimes have you committed? She perks up at your response, sauntering closer to the bars of her cage. Well, it's not much sauntering you can do hanging there, but okay. Well, let's see. There was a time I killed an ox, even knowing they were rare. It was an accident, but I still rode her right to that bluff. Oh, that's a lot of text again. I once spit on my mother. She was furious when she found me dabbling on the earth magics. I frigged my cousin when we were 15. Set a mountainside on fire. Oh, and Kairos is my middle name. So basically most of these are just to... Because we don't know anything about this person. Because I'm sure they did something else. I need to think it over. Voices. What about this Chrysantia? Yeah, it's the same dialogue. Nothing. Okay. Is there someone else we can... I assume Seven Toes will say anything. Voices ordered him to answer. Okay. You clearly going places in the world, Seven. You should take pride in that. Okay. Feels like a century since we ran together in Old Azure. You had more hair, I had all 10 toes, and better balance to boot. I always saw myself as more of a gang boss, but in the end I carved out this cozy little niche for myself. By the time the war is done, you will be unrecognizable, either lining a mass grave or leading forces from the rear. Archean Bronze, need help with anything? Might have something for you. See, settling the matter of the forge-bound master may have solved our problems with the forge-bound in the long run, but training these grunts to smelt this kind of iron, the forge-bound can take months. If we could find someone in the guild that could be persuaded to shift our focus towards more chorus interests, we may finally rob the disfavored of their prized assets. I'll go seek out Lahora as the new leader. Okay. Well, farewell. Well, there's no... Remind me of the crimes. Only that. How about we just gain minor wrath? Like, this doesn't seem like such an important thing. I just wonder why they let you do this based on no information. Sentence you to death, a slow and torturous one for wasting my time. Tunon is not happy with that. Blenheim Mark does like it. Okay. None of these crimes warrant punishment more severe than you will suffer at the hands of the interrogators. Unfortunately, I have no legal cause to free you. Well, we can kind of just do whatever we want. Oh, let's just set this person free, because we can. She's going to run back to this favorite, I warrant. Would have been safer to keep her here and spare yourself an enemy. Ah, that's fine. Just kind of mess with stuff. Tunon himself. We're to report to the bastard city at once. Be prompt, lest I mistake your tardiness for a reluctance. Okay. Sure. I'll do that first. Lethian's Crossing. So I guess Bastard City, then stop by Lethian's Crossing. Let's quick save. And then quickly make it over there. I mean, ultimately, we do serve Tunon first, right? I just have a feeling that we're just gonna walk in there and Blend and Mark will just publicly challenge us or something. Let's see. Cool art. Received a missive. Excellent, we await. Blend and Mark, okay. Savius, Calio Rogalis, Tunon. Okay. Do we want to talk to Blend and Mark? Probably not. Let's leave him. Let's just walk right in. We're all friends, right?
You return as summoned, despite the weight of responsibility on your shoulders. The court appreciates your devotion to our good work. It should come as no surprise that your activities are closely monitored. As an extension of Kairos' law in the frontier, your progress is a topic of some interest. I sent you on a mission to bring order to the chaos of this civil war. Not enough time has passed for me to expect any significant progress, but I am curious about your findings all the same. I want to make sure your time outside the court's shadow is being used effectively. The Scarlet Chorus sing of your name across the tiers. You must have taken some brutal measures to earn their interest. No small feat. No matter what terrors you inflict on this fallen realm, that you continue to observe the voices of Nerat. If he has sowed chaos in this campaign, the court would know of it.
And to pull chaos out by the root. Well, let's go with that. Though I've not been doing well on that part.
That is all this court has ever demanded of you. You do well to recall your duties with such exacting precision. You have spent some time on your own recognizance. The efforts of our military and the challenges they face should be no mystery to you. Tell me, are you any closer to determining which of the Archons is at fault for the troubles of this campaign?
Honestly, no. Both are dirty, both are trying to cheat the other, and that's about it, right?
Come now. Your decision does not bind you to an accusation at this time. I only wish to know if you have had success uncovering any evidence of misdeed or malfeasance. If you believe either of the Archons has acted in a manner not befitting their station, give voice to it.
Well, then I think it's the voices.
Interesting. On what grounds do you make this claim?
Well, yeah, I think the Subterfuge 50, he took every opportunity to provoke. He baited civil war into happening.
I suspected as much. Though what the Archon of Secrets thinks he can gain from inciting such a conflict is anyone's guess. I look forward to receiving your full report. I will summon you again at the appropriate time. If there's nothing further, you're dismissed.
Okay, nothing. Then be on your way. Fine. Okay, bye-bye. Off to Lethian's Crossing. Wait, do I have to go to the mountain spire and then... like that? No, I have to go like this, okay. Our spire crafting, these gloves, which we are crafting for laundry, should be about done now, right? Should check that. And also, as long as Bled and Mark is standing right there in the Bastard City, that's all good. Whenever he wants to, you know, or whenever he gets sent to go attack us and take us down, well, we'll see. Alright, so... the forge was this one, I think? Or it was this door? It's any of those three. That's all I know. I think it's this one though. Let's see. Lahara. You have returned. Lahara turns to face you, her body covered head to toe in charred hues, and falling under the strain of labored breathing. There's always more demand for iron than there is time in the day. And with Sedenia's disappearance, I have even more to do. I was already behind on our shipments, and now there's even more work to do. Well, I see you got a promotion. Yes, I suppose I did. Though not exactly happy about it, Sedenia was a good leader and a level-headed woman and gave the Forgebound the guidance they needed. I'm not entirely sure how it happened, but I will carry on the Forgebound tradition like Sedenia should have wanted. So what are your thoughts about helping Scarlet Chorus? Those worthless degenerates? Absolutely not. I do not labor in front of this forge to have my work fall into the hands of chaotic, unappreciative fools. Okay, then I don't know how to do that. Because I guess our wrath is higher than our favor? Is that what this is about? So how have the Scarlet Chorus fared with the weapons we sent them? I didn't mean to get wrath even higher. Yeah, the conquest decision, right. Okay, well... find a sympathetic Forgebound. I have a request that requires some discretion. If he will, maybe. I'm listening. I'm looking for someone who isn't afraid to shake things up. I'm no fool. It shouldn't be the first time one of Graven Ash's birds has come around to make sure his operation here runs smoothly. I can assure you, no one here is trying to shake things up. I will get what I want with or without you. I trust you want to be on the winning side. Yes, I knew that the moment you walked in here. You're not the first to request services outside our normal traditions, nor will you be the last. Lahara has grown more stubborn since her mentor Sedenia was killed. But if you can provide a vacancy in her position, ensure that it's filled with those more deserving, then we can talk about this request of yours. Okay. Lahara may be the boss around here, but I've made a few allies of my own. You have a few people to back you up if it were to come to it. Killer in the Forge. This some dark business. Well, okay. Apparently we just don't care about anything. We're just all sorts of messed up. How about you actually go over there?
Come at me, brave me.
I was entirely pressing the wrong button. I think you better take the disengagement hit. That's fine.
Fall before me.
Okay, well, how about we just start blasting you down?
No, sorry.
But these should be fairly weak, so these will go down quickly. I must say I really love these cone abilities. They're just so cool and powerful. And look at her just doing triple attacks.
I'm not entirely useless.
Just so powerful. It's ridiculous. You certainly made it good on your end of the bargain. I'll be sure to make good on mine. You'll be answering to the voices from now on. You never mentioned... Yes, my end of the bargain will be upheld. I'll await further instruction from the Archon of Secrets. Okay, well... I was gonna say, there's probably a little bit of loot. I mean, this was low-level encounter. I'm just wondering if we should also return the Magebane helm at this point. Because this would, lore-wise, you know, protect the town. I think we should have that possibility. I'm trying to remember what house the leader is in. I forget his name. Isn't he like in this one? He might be. I just really forget, but returning the Magebane helm might actually be a good thing to do. The Solithian Crossing is safe. I have a feeling because it's all about the Forgebound and the iron supply that this is important. May the silence of peace and the jangling of rings both follow you in all things. Okay. Question, can I... Nope. Just leave then, I guess. I'm wondering if I should just run up to the entrance to the old spire, or the old walls. If then it lets you just place it back. Because it's Eldian who's controlling it around here now, right? Or am I just really misremembering this? Because this is where the couple used to live. Used to. Because it doesn't seem like you can interact here. Yeah, Forgebound, Moonrise Falls, Sunset Spire, Sunset Falls. Can I? You can't drag anything from the inventory either, so... I guess you're not allowed to yet? It's not Harkian Bronze. His name is important for reasons I don't remember. Because it's not him in control. He was just trading with one faction or another. Actually, pretty good gauntlets. A little faster, more precision, deflection, just straight up decent. This mercy is real. It's pretty good. Rejuvenating, accelerates recovery on kill. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that I can't bring this back yet. Unless it can't be Tear Smasher who allows that. It has to be Eldian. Because we had that discussion with him. Okay, well. In that case, let's quickly run out. And then I wonder if we should quickly go back to Cacophony. mean, they both have so much evidence against them. So let's go back to Cacophony, talk to the Seven Toes, and then walk out, go back to Halfgate. And what I really should have done is actually check on my spire and pick up these gloves. But okay. Maybe I'll stop by the spire to pick those up first. And basically, more importantly, to actually start researching something else. Because that ultimately is more important. Let's walk over there. Glad to see you're alive. Cacophony needs good determined blood. Okay. I've met with the Forgebound. The Forgebound will fall in line. No need to be coy. Nara's little birds have been chirping about a change of leadership. This Atlantis fellow has raw ambition, which, as you've seen, can be exploited to meet their needs. We supply Atlantis with the muscle to keep him in power, and in return he will continue to be under our thumb. Okay. Farewell. Little side quest.
Stop, stop, look!
Stop, look. Or at this little box. Well, that's nice. Alright. So, let's quickly go pick up our stuff. So, yeah, both are done. So we can start new ones. It should actually be, probably be very good, right? Go to the mountain spire. I mean, it's the closest, so it also doesn't matter which one you go to. Well, it's one loading screen, I guess, actually. But we need to be here anyway. Something for me ready. A great bow, bronze sword, camping supplies. Corpse eye. Yes, I have some stuff I will want to sell. Yeah, these bows are pretty weak at this point. Yeah, we have a lot of things. Yeah, we have a lot of recipes too. That's right, because we've never built the... I'm Master Blacksmith. Right, Broken Hilt. I should I should talk about this. Okay, let's trade those away. Then who is the one where I can start my research? It's not this one. It's the other. Wrong spire. It's this one. But yeah, good that I remember I have these broken weapons. So I should talk to the blacksmith. Hello? What's the status of research? Sigil of Killing Blows. And scrolls. Well, scrolls we always need. Where is my sigil? I don't see it. Is it considered a consumable, okay? Magical accent which causes a Terratus or lightning spell to deal additional damage to low health targets. Could be cool. Could be cool. So I want to research more. Yes, this will do nicely. Clear a throat. Your vision blurs and suddenly there appears to be several copies of the sage standing around, looking at you with anxious expressions. Some stand ready to fire off an additional spell, while others fiddle awkwardly with their garments. What are you doing here? Well, I'm your Fatebinder. I'm right here. I employ you. You have to forgive me. It's an old defensive mechanism against the Lechers who ran the Vellum Citadel. This is just a trainer. But yeah, this is how, apparently 1. Boom. Now we have 1 point in Control Grave Light. What do you have for me? Nothing. I really forget where you start to do research again. What a smith is doing from the forge while I'm taking a break from ironwork. Okay. I need some time away from the war effort. Forgebound are masters of our craft, but we're artists at heart. Okay, let's talk magic. So, again, you can just straight up train. Also, he's level 13 already. Like, me and Verse are real low. You can also just straight up level up lore. Which, actually, I think that's important. Even for her, just to get a little bit more experience. Very powerful to be able to do that. So is this Irina? Or is it should be Garrus, right? I want to research something. Yeah, there it is. An artifact. It requires 8 and requires 4 recruits. So let's do that. The recruits are busy. That's excellent. There was nothing... Well... Focused Rain. Reduces the area of effect, but increases the number of projectiles of a chaotic descent spell. I don't know what those are. Exceptionally increases the accuracy. A large interrupt effect to a spell. 75 lore, yeah, that is a lot. That's a Siren specific item. Don't really care about that. So let us go over to our Ocean Spire. And see if we can identify our new items. Or the broken items, which might be of interest to a Master Smith. And get our new... Yes, let's see. Alchemist gloves. Excellent. That's for him. Your power has increased. Excellent. So, all in all, going from 1 to 5% deflection, more precision, and it has plus 20 control life. And it will get the Orb of Life, which is going to be fantastic. Alright, so what I think we also want to do, since we're here, is we probably just want to upgrade this, because we'll keep this item forever, right? So what will this actually do? Create damage. Or increase damage, that's it. And now it goes up to precision and deflection increases. Considering we only have 2 or 3 hide, I'm not sure that's actually worth it. I want you to forge something for me. Commander's plate, Nightwalker's boots. Those are what we want. Yeah, definitely want these. Only Barrack can equip this, okay. It's two-handed. Thieves' Bravado. Plus 50 parry, while health is below 35. pretty cool. That we don't care about. Hawkeye helm. We really need a way to get more hide. Like, all these top 3, they generate for us, but man, need a lot of this. Only Siri can equip this. Crashing Thunder. No, maybe not. Arcane Staves. No. Okay, well. For now, I don't know what we would make, so let's talk to Ragas. Show me what you have for sale. Sage's robes. Well, only deflection. They're charred, plus 10 fire resist. We don't care about that. Who is Meyer? Is he our master smith? He was the master trainer, I think. Glare silently. He glares back. Continue glaring. His eyes narrow. Small bead of sweat forms. Keep glaring. The beads of sweat now meandering through every crevasse of his face. Continue glaring. His intense glare finally breaks with a grin. I like you, Fatebinder. How may I be of service? I'd like to train. Alright, so... yeah, again, we look at our control fire. Considering all of our fire spells that we have, we're only at 39 out of 150. That feels way too low, doesn't it? Don't we actually have more than that? Yeah, control fire is not actually that high. Yeah, we're at 39 plus 19. Based on vitality and wits. Yeah, we're very, very low. So we can train that a lot, actually. So we can get a lot more powerful. I'm gonna go for more health. Same on her. Excellent. I just want to find this before I forget all about it. You don't have anything for me. The Master of Smelting is... the man's face lights up. Ah, Governor Eterna. Is it alright if I refer to you by your old form of address? We have yet to have someone run Lethian's Crossing as well as you did. So far as I'm concerned, the mantle will always be yours. If I may be so bold, I have a question. Sure. From where does Kairos' power truly stem? Is it from the magic of edicts? Is it from archons, or perhaps the loyal subjects and their toil? I think it's the commoners of the world. Because it's not the archons. Archons are just people who find powerful items. Edicts, definitely part of it, but you can't use edicts against absolutely everyone. Because they're always conditional. And there must be a limit there, so... I'd argue the commoners of the world are the source of Kairos' power, because they believe in it. What have you made for me? Nothing. Okay. Tamarin then? No. Then who do I give those items to? Yeah, I want you to forge something, because I have a couple of these items. How can I use them then? Where were they? Were they in here? This is all flavor. I thought they were a different category. Maybe I'm just being an idiot and I was actually looking at broken items, but I think it's this. A master blacksmith at the Spire Forge may have information. Master blacksmith. Well, isn't that what we have? Is there... we have 2 masters. But I don't see where where to show them this item. Unless I need to select it from here. Yeah, the item cannot be upgraded. It's a very silly interface, really. That's So you cannot sell it. Is there just... Does something else just have to happen first?
Good day, Fatebinder. What do you need?
I did not actually want to talk to you. Okay, well... Oh, Pelagus. But he's not a master smith. It would be the master of brazing, right? What? In case you are unaware of Kairos' laws, entering the old wells or spire is forbidden. Okay. Do you wish for me to terminate employment? No, not at all. I intend to serve you. I only ask so I may understand its legality. Well, I can do whatever I want. He's given me... Kairos has given me express authority, yes. And more training. Control Vigor, probably pretty good for him to train, but... Alright, so I want to just quickly get a level. I think we just go for the straight up damage increase. That seems like a great idea. And we will go... Mark enemy, boost morale. Yeah, I think a passive small boost probably is going to end up mattering more slowly over time than you think. And I like passive things. I feel we already have so many abilities. Alright, so I think I'm going to call it here. Been long enough. And next time we go into Halfgate. And we meet Misery. And we see about dealing with Karen. So, one set of adventures over. Not the outcome I wanted. For dealing with Amelia and the baby, but, well, we'll see what it brings us. For now, hope you guys enjoyed that. See you guys next time. See you, dudes.